exactly the piece of shit I thought that was. No surprises. Not a single damn reason to exist. Hopefully my audio is working. Guys, we just got back from The Crow remake 2024 with Bill Skarsgård and someone else. Directed by someone who has no visual style, talent, or understanding of the property. Robert Sanders. A screenplay by a hack who created absolutely no tension. Now, if y'all don't know, The Crow, honestly, The Crow didn't need to be remade. The Crow is a lightning in a bottle kind of thing, especially with the late, great Brandon Lee, who passed away during production due to a snafu with a stunt bullet or firing blanks and then actually firing a real bullet, which killed him. And let me just say, the film, the previous film, the first one, apparently there's 4. We don't talk about those, okay? Because I thought there was only 1. Or
No.
I think I did know about some really bad sequel in one of them, but not 4 of them before this film. But it had such visual style. The visuals were created by the same person that created Dark City. You know, familiar with Dark City? Another sort of 90s classic. This reminds me of, goth girls. I dated a girl once who was really into The Crow. And it had style, it had substance. It was a cheesy action flick. It was fun.
Yeah.
It immediately got into the point and was creative. And I liked Eric enough to even remember the character's name all these years later. There's a little playfulness and cockiness to him. But here in this film has no style, no substance, no semblance of pacing. I mean, we get Bill Skarsgård, who I love. I mean, we saw him in a bloody, gory action flick just recently, Boy Kills World. Go watch that. I would rather watch that 3 times than this. I'd rather play fucking Madden than fucking watch this. In fact, this was a complete waste of time. I wasted 2 hours. I need to finish editing my Madden review. I'm fucking pissed. This is a terrible film. It lacks even the gothic style. The music is fucking wrong at every moment, and even the action was fucking boring. The characters sucked. The dialogue was terrible. The visuals completely flat. So, like, every fucking aspect of this film was a complete failure. Failure.
I like the opera.
I was thinking about turning to you specifically and say, at least we get to watch an opera.
Yeah, it's wrong.
But even that scene is ruined because it's intercut back and forth between, they do this big final action scene. Fucking The Crow mopes around and is sad and alone for an hour and 30 minutes before he turns into the real Crow and then really goes at it. And I'm like, then what the fuck was the point in the 3 fucking other things? It was terrible.
To test his love.
It's fucking stupid.
Was it dumber than...
So they lean way further into the emotional, right? The love connection between these two. And when that's the center of your film and it utterly fails, then you have no film. So, The Crow, complete disaster. What did you guys think?
Question. Is it better than The Crow Wicked Prayer with Ed Furlong?
I have no fucking idea what that is.
Reed.
Is it? You tell me, Joe. You're the one who watches those shit pieces of shit.
Damn.
Danny Trejo's in it. Oh, Dennis Hopper. Ooh.
Shit.
Ortiz.
Here's the thing, Joe. I think actually those are probably better because, when you watch a bad movie, there's something so cheesy, so bad, ridiculous dialogue that you can laugh at, that you can be like, why does this exist? This film is like that bad where there's nothing in it. It's a complete waste of time.
This movie doesn't know it's bad, and that's the big difference. Like when they're making those movies, they know they're cheesy, they know they're schlocky, and they're having kind of like a good time with it. This movie's taking itself super serious, and it's hard to watch. Yeah. The first hour of this movie is hard. I mean, like the acting isn't great, the dialogue is horrible, and I mean, at least the first Crow.
What the fuck? That's like the lines.
Oh yeah. The first Crow did things in flashbacks for the most part, but it kept the movie going the entire time. Like things were happening, so I wasn't bored watching it. I was so bored for the first hour. Nothing important happened. These people knew each other for a fucking week, and I'm supposed to believe that this is a love,
eternal love,
so pure that they're gonna go. He's gonna leave hell and no, absolutely not. This movie was really, really bad. Now, 20 minutes, 15 minutes at the end, it's totally fine. If the movie had that throughout the entire thing, and then we had done it kind of like the first one where we go back and we visit, and you really don't spend a whole lot of time on the love story, because when you do, it's completely and totally unbelievable, and I don't like either of these people. I don't know. It's like this movie is what happens when a gas station bathroom comes to life and falls in love with I don't know. That's what he looks like. He looks like a bathroom stall at a gas station. He looks fucking ridiculous.
I think this, it's like Bill Skarsgård couldn't carry this film. He's a good actor, and not even he could inject life into this. His character is more like a Jared Leto impersonator, Joker ripoff, cosplaying.
Yeah, and
that's what it is.
They let him keep, they wanted him to use his original voice, like with a little bit of the accent in there, which is kind of, honestly, it's a little bit distracting sometimes for me.
The film felt very British to me, and when it first started. I'm not saying British in a bad way, but the film is bad. It's just it has a certain style to it, and the musical interludes are all really puzzling choices, because the original had such style and appropriate music for, and this doesn't.
He didn't use his crow power to kind of spy on people.
Yeah.
This particular crow sucks, Joe. He actually doesn't even really have the power. And honestly, the crow just kind of fucks around. The crow's not really,
later
in
on,
a part
at
of
the
it.
very end,
and there's no mythos, there's no mystery, there's no supernaturalness with the crow specifically. Obviously, the whole thing is supernatural because it comes to life. Instead, the whole mystery of the camera really zooming in on this crow and him rising from the grave in the original, which was so stylish, and then him learning about his fucking powers in the goddamn attic, that was just so cool. Here it's awful. We get this old dude in a fucking train station with water on the ground, and he keeps jumping in the water, which goes back to our reality, and then falling back into this world. It was stupid. I hated the world. I hated the old guy. I hated the main character, who's this focus around. None of it is explained. So in the trailer, you get this old guy who has no sense of intimidation or style. Even the original, what was the original? T-Money, something like that. Top Dog or something like that. That actor had such a badass voice, and he was so cool. And it's like, wait, is that why they made this guy have a voice that's powerful, that kills people? It's stupid.
It was.
This particular. I guess they're trying to expand on the lore of, because it's been a long time, honestly, since I've seen the original. I don't remember all this extra stuff about deals with devils and
I think it was just basically just vengeance. They see his girlfriend. They kind of
right, but why couldn't it be a drug lord? Why couldn't it be in this dirty undercity that's on fire?
The stakes, Joe.
But this guy has his own powers.
Retelling.
And I thought, okay, so at least I'll get that to look forward to, and they'll explain this. Not fucking explained at all. Just is a thing.
He sold the soul of the devil, and
there you go.
That's literally the one line. Do we see the devil? No. Does he have individual? Is he a lord? No. I mean, it's just fucking stupid, and I fucking hate this.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. These characters weren't very likable, like the first one.
Yeah,
this is just like
Brendan Lee would pet the cat. Oh, and there was no Sarah character. Like the little orphan girl, and it's like, hey, I like this dude. He's got a good heart, you could tell already. There's no reason to like this crow.
No, because the other one, he actually helps his mom, or the little girl's mom, because she's always doing drugs. She's like, hey,
oh
you
shit,
need to
that's
stop.
right.
Yeah, dude. I love those characters in the first one. Brandon, his girlfriend, whatever, and then like little girl, and then it had fucking Ernie Hudson as a cop. So this one didn't really have any other characters besides these two focal ones.
No.
But you don't really care about them. So the whole movie, you don't care about these. Yeah. So it kind of sucks. It's like, who
the one time there was a side character, we're like, who is this guy?
Yeah, they all go take
Why
off.
do they
It's
have
like,
a
oh, these are my
connection to him?
friends. Like, since when? You guys just met? Whatever.
It's
I don't
fun
even
because,
care.
you know,
I don't
Alex
even
was like,
care.
it's a bathroom come to life. Well, it's like, all right, what friend do we give him? The guy that gave him the bathroom. The tattoo artist is just suddenly in the film because they couldn't. Because they're talentless.
Yeah, so like honestly, like I didn't care about these characters. There's no really on-set chemistry with them two. I didn't believe they really loved each other, or whatnot, or didn't care. Yeah, there was some cool action scenes, but that was it. Everything else kind of sucked, and it was like less than what the other ones were. No, don't watch this. This was a waste of time.
There were 4 total people in our movie theater. 4, and that is including the 3 of us.
There was not 4. There was 1. I was
Including
staring.
us.
I was staring.
Including us.
Yeah, it's like there's this thing. I'm like, wow. Is Lionsgate trying to go bankrupt? What is the budget of this film?
It's Friday at 3 o'clock. Just one person came out.
They did Borderlands, right? So they did Borderlands. Boy Kills World was a massive fucking failure.
Yeah, but it was good.
$50 million.
Well, at least it was cheaper.
Wasted. The girl, FKA Twigs is her name. I get Talia Deborah Barnett. She's a British singer, songwriter. Oh, that makes sense now because I was saying this is very British feeling. British singer, songwriter, dancer. She is not an actress. She's not very good, frankly. Kind of looks like a rat with the teeth and the lips and her like constant duck face. It was incredibly distracting. Didn't really. They wanted to lean on that love story. The love story was the weakest part of the film. And
why explain it? Like all you have to do is just do a couple short things and talk about how much they were in love. Show a few things, but the more you show us their relationship, the less I buy that they love each other. It's like they were in an MDMA whirlwind 1-week relationship where they were
taking drugs,
they
getting drunk. It's like you don't know.
You trauma bonded. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like
good point. And you know it's funny, they add this entire intro scene. I was like, Joe, I don't remember anything about a horse or like a trailer park in the original.
I was thinking about Neverending Story.
I know.
None of that has to do with anything. It never factors into anything. They try to give him a backstory when they didn't really need to, and it's dumb as fuck. And it's really just for the line of "You're a beautiful kind of damaged. Why do you like me? Because you're damaged. You beautifully."
Dude, like everyone in here in this building is damaged.
Yeah. Like, okay.
What do you mean?
But he has a ha 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 tattoo. So
first time we meet him, everyone's like trying to beat him up.
But that was all fake too.
Yeah.
That was just an exercise in therapy. So you can't even connect with that either. This film is fucking fake. You know what's fucked up about this? I never thought that they would be able to make blood and gore and action boring. That opera scene was fucking terrible. It intercut between a shitty opera and
how
shitty
dare
action.
You, Robert?
I know.
Robert the Devil is a classic story. It's actually a really cool story.
You want
to talk about Robert the Devil?
I was like, man, why aren't we watching this opera?
It's about it's like a 13th, 14th century knight. He finds out that his father is the devil because his mother was barren and she didn't want to pray to God. So she
way more fascinating.
That is so much cooler than everything we just watched.
The film did a disjustice to it because we're constantly intercutting between the opera, so it does that worse, and it does the action scenes worse.
It's trying to do like a little Fifth Element kind of thing, but no.
You're right, Joe. No atmosphere, very little to it, lackluster. Everything was a failure. And get this, I did a little research. This thing has been in development since 2008. And this is what we got, like some 15, 16 years. Guess who was attached to this at one point? Bradley Cooper, Luke Evans, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I remember seeing
this. This is when they fought, and then this is what we ended up with. Those three actors better count their blessings that they're. Luckily,
They probably just
We
read
probably
the
read the script and was like,
Yeah, it
nope.
was like,
Yeah.
nah,
Nope.
It's not for me.
Luckily, Skarsgård is in the upcoming Nosferatu, which that trailer was better than this
Yes.
entire
that
film.
looks fucking good.
He's gonna be in that, so he'll be able to make up.
Well, it's
for
like
this.
Michael Caine said with Jaws.
Oh yeah, I never saw the movie, but the house it built is beautiful. So it's like he probably got that massive check from Lionsgate, and he's
Yes.
like, "I'm not watching any of
Yeah,
these
it's
pieces
like
of
it's
shit."
fucking
But
terrible. Like, I'm not gonna blame him, but the movie was bad.
yeah,
And I saw, and I kind of thought it might be bad. Like we saw from the trailer.
Oh yeah.
And then
We
when
saw,
it
like,
first
the
came
whole
out, it was like
movie.
at
You see the whole
9%
thing.
on Rotten Tomatoes, 9%. Now it's at 21%.
how?
And the audience is at 65.
How?
I'm sorry. The audience is fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Go ahead, downvote the video. 'Cause this film sucked.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's not for
there's
me.
no
Not
fucking
for
way that this film is any better. It's like 3 times worse than Boy Kills World. If you want, an action film, go watch that. The audience is fucking stupid. I have a sneaking suspicion as all the fans of the cast and crew, that's maybe FKA Twigs fans, British the
No one's
singer
seen
lady.
this movie though. Like, so give it a week, and
Yeah.
then when this movie dies, it's like, oh, okay, like, no one's
yeah.
made any money.
This has never happened before. The theater that empty
on a Friday.
I'm trying to
we
remember.
normally see movies on Thursdays, so
Right.
sometimes it's empty on Thursdays but this is a Friday.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when we've seen something that had such few people. I remember taking a picture one time. Fuck, but this was even worse than that. So this will be anecdote. It's an anecdote. Anecdotally, I can't say that correctly, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna fucking fail.
Yeah.
And gonna bomb. And I'm just so surprised. It's like Lionsgate.
If you don't know, Lionsgate,
Fuck you, Lionsgate.
they love to copyright claim everything
And you know what
we
sucks?
do.
There might be good people there, but like I don't know, the company that they partnered with is the one that copyrights claim, or it's themselves. If it is, fuck you guys. And this is terrible.
Let it be a warning to you when if you're the fucking Rock sitting at home. I'm Dwayne Johnson, and you're thinking about remaking Big Trouble in Little China, movies that should not be remade. Because you mentioned Lightning in a Bottle. There's some things that won't work, that just don't. You can't do it again.
Yeah.
They're working on.
No matter how much I wanted all the Ghostbuster sequels to work and recapture the magic. That's lightning in a bottle.
It didn't work.
You're not gonna get that.
They're trying with Labyrinth right now. Like they're in the process of writing that movie, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I just want these studios to go, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't take these weird cult classics that try to
But
redo them.
it
they're
would,
classics. They're gonna
but
make some
this
money.
is such a failure to understand why this property was successful in the first place. Obviously, based on a comic book. That comic book was created by an artist who was
4
actually
movies,
dealing
5 now.
was actually dealing with the loss of his own girlfriend who died, I think, in a car wreck. And so as a way to cope, kind of created this world. And it's kind of fascinating, and it injects impact and power into it. It has none of that here. This is the worst. Like the best thing I can say about the film is there's like one creative sword thing, but not even really that, honestly. The original had more creative or fun kind of brutal kills. Yeah, there's 2024's technology where you can put CGI blood splurts and he can go like this a lot. But it's stupid because the original Crow had style. He running across the rooftops, doing flips. Hanging upside down, and it's like, I don't think you understand the situation you're in.
I'm Batman and the Crow. Shut up.
Because the guys are shooting him. He's like, I don't think you understand, Mr. Anderson, or Mr. Something, I remember. And it's very funny. It's very cool, and this has none of that. So this film is not for fans of the original Crow. This film is not for current, action fans. And this film, who is this for? It was already going to be a niche of a niche of a niche.
Kind of want to see the last 2. It's been a while.
Oh no, Crow 3 and 4. You want to watch those two?
Okay.
I do.
No.
Well, all right. Well, let's wrap this up with a final verdict because this we talked too long about this. Then we'll jump into spoilers. And I also want to ask Joe what the fucking plot of the second and third and fourth are.
I'm gonna have to look those up. It's been a while.
All right, I'm gonna start this off. I think this movie is I think it's a pretty massive failure on all fronts. I mean, the first hour of this movie is so boring. And then it starts to kind of get interesting, and you think they're going to go down this weird path where it's like testing his love, which I don't believe anyway because the first hour is so bad. And then they completely abandon that whole plot. And then we get to I think it's competent enough action scenes, but it's not enough to to lift back up all of the horse shit that I just watched. I think the acting is bad. I think there's so many scenes that just don't work because the actors and actresses just aren't up to par. I don't think the dialogue is good. I think that there was potentially some cool lore, and then they just mention it, and then it's like, cool, we're gonna go in that direction. They go, no, we're not gonna give you any of that shit. So I think that it has no reason to exist. I hope it's a giant waste of money. And I don't feel bad wishing ill upon this franchise because I'm hoping that it can serve if it has one good thing, serve as a bad example. When a studio goes like, hey, I want to remake this, it's like with heart and soul and effort like we're going to do with all these other things, they go, no. It's like, well, you're going to lose $100 million. And that's what I hope happens here.
Yep. Well, I'm going to give it a 3. The best part was the action scenes, but other than that, like we said before, we don't care about the characters, the plot. It's just kind of confusing.
He's giving it a 3 because of Crow 2, 3, 4.
He's
seen those. We haven't.
It's been a while. But yeah, there's some cool parts, but you don't really care to No, not at all. Well, I think there's some cool aspects that should have been delved into a little bit more as opposed to the characters. Mm-hmm. Or have some extra characters that are really likable. Like the first one.
How about anyone else? Anyone is likable.
So we don't have to focus on the two people that we don't care about. And whenever they kill her, I kind of laughed and turned to Joe. I was like, what is she doing?
Wait. Yeah,
see,
it's ridiculous. Let's talk about it in spoilers.
Yeah, we will. I kind of laughed, but it was only us 3 and then one extra guy, so it didn't really matter. Not a good watch.
This is such a colossal fuck up. It is a failure on every level. It's not even goth. It's not. The music sucked. I actually don't think the action is all that competent unless you like watching a guy walk up the stairs and do this. Like he
jiggles real good though.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's just gunfire and all of the action scenes in the original were way better. Because everything's filmed so flatly. There's no style, no substance, no creative attacks, the way he moves. He's just a fucking bumbling asshole, really. And so I'm giving this a 1 out of 10. I fucking hate this film. I wasted my time. I need to go and fucking edit Madden, and everybody is stupider for having watched it. I'm sorry. I really hate this one because I really like the original. And the original film kind of takes some liberties from the comic book, kind of does some of its own things. This one, it was supposed to be more faithful to the comic according to this, and it's not. It's just fucking awful. Anyways, so I mean, it's as bad as Borderlands. I think I rated it lower than Borderlands, but I think I don't know if it's as bad as Borderlands.
Borderlands was bad, but this was hard to watch.
This was really hard to watch. Like Borderlands, at least there's bright colors, and I don't care about the video game quite as much, and they try. This doesn't feel like this even fucking tries. It's way too long. It's 2 hours. It should have been 1 hour and 30 minutes, but that's when the film starts, at 1 hour and 30 minutes, and that's when you get the scene that Alex with the opera scene, basically. I hated it. Okay, so let's go into the spoiler section. Hey guys, welcome to the spoiler section. So there's I mean, this story's classic. It's a horrific story about getting caught up in random violence, but they take all that out. Like, imagine if your girlfriend, if you were unable to fight a group of thugs, criminals that fucking take you out very quickly and have their way with your girlfriend and brutally murder her, brutally murder you. And that's sort of sanitized. So that doesn't happen here. It's just, this particular chick has seen something that she shouldn't have seen, and they come in and they murder them both. There's no, I can't say it on YouTube. There's none of that. So it takes a lot of that revenge and brutality away from
Well,
it.
it's made worse because it actually turns out that her group of friends know this guy, and they go there to like score drugs, and so they know that this guy's evil, and they willingly go to hang out with them, and then all of a sudden he mind controls them into do something horrific, and that's how the movie starts. So it's like these people put themselves in horrible situations on purpose.
They're kind of horrible people.
Yeah, so it's not like
score.
Yeah, it's not like Innocence, like in the first one, where it's like a revenge.
Exactly.
Taking this is like, oh, they're pieces of shit.
They're not kind to orphans. They don't have animals. I have no idea how they have no jobs. They just have money. I guess it's because she is the daughter of a rich person.
A lot of rich kids like to do.
I think it's explained later that her mother was given everything that she wanted. So as long as she ignores the fact that the guy that sold his soul to the devil controls her.
It's like harvesting. I don't know. Whatever.
It doesn't make any sense. So, Joe, tell us the funny thing that we laughed out loud.
So you see it in the trailer. They put a bag over her head. She's like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Why does she just?" Poke?
And
She has her hands.
Her hands are free.
Her hands are free.
And no, stop! Don't do that.
I was like, just
don't
go-
poke a hole, dude.
Rip it.
Their hands are tied, Joe.
They weren't. They weren't.
think
You
they
see her
were.
hands. Whenever she dies, she's like, "Bang." She puts her
Really?
hands in her face.
I don't remember that.
I was like, use
I
your
didn't
hands.
think it was hard to like try to grab
Use
it or
your
something.
hands.
But it was just dumb. I hated it, and that's it. And then when he dies, he goes immediately to the fucking British Underground train station. I don't fucking know. And then this random guy who has no charisma and no mystery to him, and
It doesn't explain
homeless.
anything.
No.
I was
Says-
expecting an expedition dump.
You can sometimes the Crow does this, and I'm like, I can't believe a child explaining the beginning of the Crow did such a better job at this mythos that what used to be believed that crows would carry the souls, but then sometimes if something really fucked up happens, the Crow might be like, "Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna let you do your
unfinished
thing."
business.
And that's how the original was. And when you fucking zoom in on this crow that's like hanging around, and this crow looks fucking, there's mythos to it. There's mystery. There's supernaturalness to this crow. And here, the crows are just kind of in the background. They don't really do anything. The crows are supposed to lead him, and it maybe leads him once, but then it kind of just follows him around. It's like, that's
He gets
not
in a
the
car.
point.
He can't fly fast enough.
That's not, and you're supposed to see through the crow. Never
Yeah.
does that.
I was waiting for
There's
that.
supposed to be if you shoot the crow, you hurt him. That's not a thing either. This thing is
The
not
sequel.
faithful.
The sequel, it's going to be way more faithful in the sequel.
So this old
Don't
guy
want it.
is like, go back and you can get your revenge. But what the fuck? Why doesn't he give him the powers to then do the thing? He just lets him do the thing without
'Cause
full crow
he
powers.
had to know if he was really in love
So he
with her.
fucks up like 3 times. He keeps
Slow
dying.
motion push.
And then he goes back, and then he comes back, and then he goes back. He's like, this crow sucks, man. It's just, and then he's moping around for an hour and 30 minutes till anything good happens.
Yeah, I'm just going to go home and watch Spawn, because that movie is so much better than this movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Including the CGI.
So the whole thing is this devil guy, this actor, and we've seen him in other stuff before. But
Always evil.
he's really doesn't. I mean, it's
He
just the
whispers
most
into your
boring.
ears and possesses you and
Tells
makes you do stuff.
to do stuff, and mostly to kill yourself when he wants to get rid of you. He uses that power eventually in the climactic battle against the crow.
I expected a cooler battle, but it
Right,
was
there's
just
no battle between
pretty
these two.
let
He's
down.
brushing his hair. You have the opera scene. He comes in, kills everybody at the opera looking for the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Old guy's not there. He went home. Then he's brushing his hair at home. He goes home to the home to kill him.
It was a trap the whole time.
Doesn't kill him right away, and I guess tries to make him doubt that the girl that he was in love with was a good person, and in that way is able to stab him and try to hurt him a little bit.
He wanted to steal his crow powers.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
But he didn't know it was a thing.
The devil told him, and it happened off screen. You just
So
didn't see
all
it.
this stuff doesn't make any sense. So he's like, wants him to show up, and finally when he does, he's excited. So he tries to take his powers.
That's what I said. Like, you
But
should have
then it
killed him a
doesn't
lot.
work.
Kill him a lot quicker, and then focus on that stuff. Elaborate on that. Maybe would have been better.
Look,
If he would have turned into a fucking demon or fucking demon prince, or he has connections to hell, that would have been more interesting. Where it's like a Spawn, where it's like, okay, well, you're Spawn, well, I'm the fucking Redeemer. Let's fucking go, you know? But
something like that.
Nothing.
But no,
It's just I'm just some random guy.
but then he thinks about his horse, and somehow his horse in his memory gets resurrected.
This is supposed to
He killed
make
his mom,
the
right?
universe better. This supernatural stuff, and none of it is fleshed out, and it makes it worse.
Did he kill his mom?
No, I don't think so.
No.
At the
'cause,
beginning of the film, I guess a white horse that he loved and grew up with ran into some barbed wire and was dying, and that
then we
really
get the
hurt his
shot
feelings.
of his mom in the trailer. But
She's
then
just
later
a
on,
drug addict.
yeah, you get that shot. But then later on, he has this flashback. Then the trailer's just on fire.
Burst into flames. Yeah. So maybe
That's what I was assuming.
I don't think
like,
I thought it
killed
was
her.
just pain from his childhood, but I
why
don't
would they
know.
show his mom inside the trailer
It's
all drugged
visual.
out?
He said the worst thing he ever did was break out of rehab. If he burned his mom alive, I think he would have been honest and been like, I've done some shit.
Well,
Right.
I don't know. I guess it's open. So,
No, it's not open.
So
That's
what?
not what.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
He-
There's no style.
his soul was supposed to go to heaven. If he burned his mom alive, your soul doesn't get to. I mean,
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
this
took it
devil
as.
guy, he made a deal with the devil that he sends innocents to hell in exchange for everlasting life. He's been alive since forever, but it's just in a single line. You don't get anything from that. He's just, oh, I'm in Vienna and I've listened to other symphonies and concertos. Cool. It's just awful. What else? All of his lieutenants, they don't have powers. They're just fucking assholes. There's a subplot with a cop who covers up for them that goes nowhere. He's like the first guy that when he comes back from the dead, the cop just immediately shoots him, and he has this.
I thought we were gonna have
bumbling
like a
scene,
Ernie
and he's
Hudson
learning
kind
his
of cop,
power.
but no, we didn't have anything.
No,
like
we didn't
that.
have that. Didn't have. There's no heart to the film.
No.
The heart is supposed to be them kissing and them doing drugs and having sex and enjoying each other's
After drinking and popping some Molly.
luxuries. It's stupid. Yeah. It sucked.
That's love right there.
Yeah, it's fucking love. Cool.
This
All
generation's
set
love.
to really shitty music.
the good thing is all of the dudes who have been Jared Leto's Joker for Halloween for like 10 straight years now have a new character to be.
They're not gonna. Nobody is gonna dress up like this. So really
Yes,
bothered
they
me that
will.
there was no white paint.
65% on the audience.
65%.
Those
They
that's-
will dress. They
I don't know
will
what
dress
that
up.
is. That's
they
not
will
real.
dress up as the Crow.
They won't. They'll dress as the original Crow, which is cool with me. Because the reason why he had the face paint, at least in the movie's version is there was a Halloween mask. All this was on
This is a movie.
Devil's Night and the Halloween, and so they were fucking around with the mask. And when he's just like confused and comes back from the dead, he's super confused, and then he's like getting flashbacks of the trauma, what's happening to him, and he's just like in a fucking rage, like rush of emotions, and It's fucking cool. It makes sense. Here, he wears black eye mascara because, and this is even stupid.
He drew it. You can see it in the background, like a stupid mask.
I was thinking that maybe it was from one of his drawings, but that's not it. It was he died and then he came back and then a guy shot him, so he went back to the underworld and the guy's like, all right, try again, and then he died again to the shotgun, but this time since he was told that his girlfriend stabbed and killed somebody under the influence of the devil guy, he was like, oh, I don't know if I love her anymore, and that's why he stayed dead. And he's like, no, I do. Let's make a bargain. Is that a thing? thing? I didn't know that was a thing. I thought there was already, like, the crows already took pity on you, so go do your thing. Now there's a separate side thing where this random hobo asshole has the powers or something.
Super Saiyan.
It's so stupid. And then he fucking does the blood pact with him, and he's like, I will be forever damned. It's like, if you bring my girlfriend back to life and I kill this guy. It's like, okay. And so then they do that, and then he goes with his muscles and his tattoos, and he becomes the full power crow instead of the half power idiot asshole.
He's doing his tattoo, cry now, cry later.
Laugh now, cry later.
And so when he has that, then
he's tattooing, and then he starts making.
Oh yeah.
The line is with this black blood, you will move between worlds like them. Go make things right.
Who's them?
The crows.
Exactly, and it's never explained, never like expanded on in a cool way. Yeah, I guess there it is, the crows. I thought it was referring to like supernatural assholes that are in our world doing devil things.
Look,
it's not. I think Alex is right. I think it's the crows. The crows can move between worlds. They're ferrying people back and forth. So then his eyes start to fucking bleed up, and so it creates the thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, you got an explanation for your stupid ass version. But then that's not the explanation. The next scene, he's fine. He has no mascara.
He does it himself.
And then he does it himself. I'm like, what? So you're mimicking the same power that you got. Just do the power. That would have been cooler if it was like running. At least there's some uniqueness
crying to it. Black blood.
Right.
Like, oh, gross, dude.
That would have been at least something.
I just want to reiterate, he's not very ride or die for this chick.
No.
If you find out that the devil took over her mind to stab someone, and you're like, I don't know if I love her, it's like, hey man, she get mind control by the devil.
I guess I don't think is he so stupid that he didn't understand that at first,
or
because he's watching the video and she's stabbing somebody. But the video shows that the motherfucker talked to her.
Yeah.
Or did it?
Yeah,
it did. Because he put the knife in front of her.
Yeah.
So, but he was told many times by this other character who shows up in the film and disappears that, oh, he gets in your head. I'm like, how did this guy fucking survive? If he's like, in my head and it's all I hear. It's like, well, if he talked to you, you should be fucking dead. Yeah. How are you alive?
Drugs.
That's what I was thinking. It's like maybe he just thought she was on drugs.
So he goes
knows about
he goes from I don't know if I love this chick because the devil took over her brain. Again, not very right or die. To the very next thing out of his mouth is, you send her back to Earth and you send me to hell. And I was like, whoa, that's not how you negotiate, buddy. Like, you went from like 0 to 10 way too quick.
Dumbass.
Like I don't.
I'll give you
the
$1 million
powers are so
for nothing.
stupid. But the powers are so stupid. He's like, just send me back. That's what you were doing anyway. Why do I have to do some kind of deal? Are you the devil? Who are you? Are you an angel? He goes, ha ha. Do I look like an angel? No, who are you? It's just stupid. And it's never explained. It's never teased. It's never nothing.
But he's a paramedic at the end, Joe.
So stupid.
It's a circle.
So then when he wins, she wakes up in the very position that they were in when they were suffocated. So it was all a fever dream. How does that work? Does that guy have the power to rewind time so he never got up, he never walked out, he never shot everybody? I don't understand. Do you?
No.
I do.
After I left, I forgot.
One of the
about
most
the film.
important things that I've learned in my life.
Did he do those things?
I'm going to teach you a lesson, and this is really important, is some things are so stupid they're not worth thinking about.
Yeah.
And your life will be better if you just go, you know what? I don't give a shit.
I forgot
and
about
this is
the
one of
film.
those things. This movie, you gave a 1 to, I gave a 2. I don't want to think about how stupid this fucking movie is.
But it's driving me mad. That's why I gave it a 1, because you had the roadmap right there, and it's so fucking stupid. And then you try to expand the lore while saying nothing about the expansions of the lore. And everything's so flat. Everything's praised poorly. It sucks. Wow. All right, well, that's
Anything
it.
else
I
to
gotta
spoil?
go fucking edit goddamn Madden now. What?
Just shaking. Anything else to spoil?
No.
Yeah,
I mean, everything that happens in this movie happens in the trailer.
Yeah.
So the one with
Edward Furlong is number 4, though, right?
That is.
Yeah, so, Joe, do you remember what's going on in these sequels? I would
That
assume
one's
that
a
these
3.
next 3 films would expand it in the way that this film was implying that there were other superpowers.
It's kind of its own thing. The second one was City of Angels.
What does that mean?
That's the second one.
I know.
That one got a 4.6.
Ooh.
Sure, I'm just asking about that film.
I'm trying to look it up.
Okay, I don't. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so Ash and his son witness a murder. They are captured and killed by drug lord Judah, and then obviously the son, the artist named Sarah, meets Ash, take vengeance. That's
Oh, okay.
So it's a
I thought
new-
you were
it's
going
a-
to do
it's
the
a new
whole thing,
crow?
Joe. I was like, I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
new crow.
that's fine
It's like different
because that
crows.
that's
Oh.
fine because in the comic there are other crows. Eventually, the Eric character does a reboot and does come back himself after doing his thing more about redemption. So there's been other crows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But when there's
the
only
other
one
one's
I
crow,
guess that's why there's 4 crows because they're all new crows. They're all different crows. They don't
yeah,
try
the
to
other
do the Eric thing.
one, Wicked Prayer, Jimmy, Ed, and his girlfriend are killed in a satanic ritual. They come back and kill them.
oh, cool.
And the 4th,
That's 3.
that's 3.
Well, yeah,
The fourth
that was
might-
rating at 3, so it's the 4th one. Salvation.
Don't watch
is
any
it?
of these, I guess. And don't watch this one.
4.9.
Honestly, if this was on streaming, I would say don't waste your time. Watch Boy Kills World. Go fucking play Black Myth Wukong. Go do something else with your time. Even if it's free, I would have done something.
Read a
else
book.
with my time. Read a book. It's in a book. Take a look. It's Reading Rainbow, guys.
It's Reading Rainbow.
All right, that's going to be it for us.
Yep.
Thank y'all so much, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe show. Bye, guys.